And welcome to the official post-event press conference for Knucklemania 5 here at the Wells Fargo Center. It was a sold-out Wells Fargo Center here for our first appearance in Philadelphia. A historic night from beginning to end. I would say every fight delivered, and that's pretty amazing. And I'm so glad that the world can see, you know, there's been many moments, and I'll get off my soapbox in a second, and I'll get David Feldman up here. There's been many moments where they've said, okay, this is the one, this is the one. This right here is the one. We've officially arrived with this event. We sold out a major, major arena. The crowd was incredible from start to finish, and the fighters delivered. I hope you guys truly enjoyed it out there. And we are going to hear from the winners. We're going to hear from a lot of folks here at this press conference. But first and foremost, what about the founder, the president, the man that makes this all happen? Please show some love for David Feldman.
Thanks, guys. What do you guys think? Attendance, 17,762 people in this arena, the largest paid attendance for any combat sporting event in the city of Philadelphia in an indoor arena. There was an outdoor arena in the early 1900s that they did something. We broke the record. You guys broke the record. The largest bare knuckle fighting championship, and bare knuckle fighting has been around for 6 years now, and we just broke the record. That's an unbelievable task for us, and I just commend my team. This doesn't happen by myself. I'm the face of this company. I work my ass off, and I got the best team in the world, and they live and die for me, and I really, really take my hat off to them. I love them, and I appreciate them so fucking much, man, because tonight we fucking arrived. We did arrive. We arrived tonight. I want to thank my wife for putting up with all my shit that she puts up with. It's not an easy task being a wife of someone that's traveling all the time and working 24 hours a day, so thank you, baby. I want to thank my son, David. I thanked him earlier at the earlier press conference, but I want to thank him so much because he doesn't smile much, and I don't know how he didn't smile tonight, but he still didn't smile, but it was an unbelievable night. So thank you really to the team, to the media, to the fighters. I mean, it was just an unbelievable night for us, record-setting night. So our first time in Philadelphia. You know, we attempted to get here in Philadelphia 9 times, and the little guy, Greg Serb, he wouldn't let us here. And now we got a new guy, Ed Kunkel, and he said, let's make this shit happen. We made it happen tonight. First time here, we broke the record for attendance in Philadelphia. That's amazing. Thank you to my team. Thank you to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. I did a pre-fight speech to the fighters last night and again today. And I told them to go out there and show up for Philadelphia and fight your ass off. And I said, if you fight your ass off, I'm going to bonus you. Every single fighter on the card is getting a bonus tonight. The whole card's getting a bonus. It's never been done before in combat sports. I'm bonusing everybody on the entire card. There's going to be a couple performance bonuses that I'm going to announce as well. But right now I'm going to announce the fighter tonight was Itzo versus Brian McDowell. First fight of the night. It was a war. It was an absolute war. Knocked down, got back up. They're not here now. But that was the fighter tonight, I thought. And the KO tonight, I mean, it's amazing that I can't pick the KO tonight because there was 3 beautiful KOs, so I'm going to do a triple KO of the night. And that's going to be Kane Thompson Jr., Brandon Myers, and the hairy guy back there, Ben Rothwell. One of the nicest guys I ever met, and congratulations to you. Performance bonus, Pat Brady's going to get one. John Garbarino's going to get one. Travis Thompson's going to get one. I already had a secret performance bonus for the girls. Before the fight, I said, listen, you're coming to Philadelphia, and if you guys stand there and bang it out and fight your ass off, I'm bonusing both of you a certain amount that I promised them, and you guys earned that. You earned it. You guys are amazing. You really did. I mean, really, I don't have much to say. I mean, just it was really, truly an unbelievable night. I looked around the crowd like 100 times, man. And I was telling my wife, I was telling my son, look at this shit, man. There wasn't an empty seat in the house tonight, man. It was unbelievable. I'm so fucking happy. I think that's it for me. Questions?
Oh. We're gonna go. We're gonna go over here.
Rodolphe Roman, Bare Knuckle News. Congratulations on today's event. Incredible stuff. You also talk about traveling all over the world. You mentioned the Italy card. What can we anticipate? I also heard Australia. Beck Rawlings is in the house. What are the chances we get her in the main event? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking to Australia right now, so we're definitely going to Australia, and obviously Beck would be a perfect choice for the first fight there. But the things that are coming very soon for us is we're going back to Spain. We're doing Dubai April 5th and 6th, and then we're going to Italy April 26th, amongst all the other fights we're doing around the United States. So it's going to be a busy year for us.
Now over here, Dave. So you mentioned Philadelphia is going to be a place you come to reoccurring. Is that going to be every show Wells Fargo? Are you going to utilize like 2,300? What are the plans with that?
We're going to do some smaller shows, and then we're going to do obviously the bigger shows here. We're actually it was amazing the reception that we got from Philadelphia. On all fronts, the city of Philadelphia actually is working on funding an apex for BKFC here. So to really make it our home, make it a training facility, make it an arena, and that's what we're looking to do. And I think that's going to happen within the next 12 months.
Dave, other combat sports heads of industry all said, when you go to Philadelphia, you got to sell out. When you named the venue, there was a lot of chatter saying you bit off a little bit more than you can chew. How did that motivate you?
I mean, we always bite off more than we can chew, man. That's just what we do, right? I mean, everything I do is, I mean, bare knuckle fighting is biting off more than I can chew. And that's just what we do, because I think as much as I hate the stress and, like, do I have enough money to do this? Am I going to be able to pull this off? I think that's what makes us tick, man. I mean, I have to be backed into a corner, and we fight, man. We all fight here.
David, question right here. You used to promote local MMA shows and help people get off the ground at the 2300 arena. Did you ever think back to those days today when you just sold out an arena with over 17,000 people?
Yeah, I mean, just coming here at first, I was reached out to by so many of the fighters, and I don't know if any of them are in attendance now, but I got so many messages from these guys and saying, hey, if you need anyone to say anything good about you because of the way you treated the fighters, I treat the fighters right. And, you know, I had to look back on that because there's going to be some of those guys that are going to end up fighting for us in the future.
David, Marcus Deegan from the Marcus Deegan Show, Las
right?
Vegas. What's up, buddy? How are you? Congratulations on an amazing event tonight.
Thank you.
My question for you is, this couldn't have gone more perfect. The fights were unbelievable. The crowd was sensational. The production was second to none. David, how do you top an event like this?
You know, we can't, so this is going to be our last event. It's, you know, that's what I say. We just do it, and then we figure out how do we do it better next time? How do we get more people next time? How do we get more people viewing? By the way, we were trending #1 on Twitter tonight, so that was amazing. Thank you guys again for that. That was amazing for us. You know, we just have to keep pushing the envelope. We're the little engine that could, and not everybody, but a lot of other bigger organizations, they want to see us fail. So we just got to push harder and harder and harder so we can succeed.
Steve Manager, Sports Talk Philadelphia. So, what can you just talk about this whole experience? What it's been like the whole fight week, and especially headlining the Wells Fargo Center tonight?
I mean, we're talking about bare knuckle fighting, right? And the president of the organization cried like 10 times this week, man. It was unbelievable, man. It was just an unbelievable roller coaster, emotional experience for me. You know, there's a Hall of Fame promoter that was here tonight, Russell Peltz, who's a local promoter, and he literally called me up earlier and he passed the torch to me and made me cry because he was really tight with my dad, and you know, he told me how my dad was really proud of me, and it was an emotional moment for me. So it was a lot of emotions that went into this week. It was, I mean, pure excitement, unbelievably happy, and you know, it was some feels along the way as well.
David Levi DeSales from the Weekly Bust. Thank you for making combat sports great again. But who do you think is next for Big Ben?
Not 100% sure yet. We also have the Ben's going to be a good candidate for the World's Baddest Man tournament we're doing as well. So, you know, a lot of things could be coming pretty soon for Ben.
Hey, this is Crazy Kevin here with my question is, you obviously were looking forward to coming to Philadelphia, but with a bunch of events in 2025, what event are you looking forward to the most coming up now?
You know, there's so many. I mean, I think Italy is going to be amazing just going there. We have a great card set there. We already have a great card set for Dubai 2 nights in a row. So many great things. But, you know, there's another state that I really need to open here in the United States, and we're going to open that by the end of the year, and we're going to do a phenomenal event there, and that's, you know, that's something I'm really, really looking forward to as well. I'm looking forward to launching the World's Baddest Man tournament. It's going to be the biggest thing that ever hit combat sports.
Ryan Moser with Philadelphia Inquirer. Congratulations, David. I think one of the best fights tonight was Beck and Taylor. I think they were incredible. What's the future of the women's division in this sport?
I think we talked to Nate and a couple other people. I think we're going to, this week, we should sign like another 15 to 20 girls. I mean, we're going to really focus on that because, I mean, people love the women's fights because, you know, no pun intended, they don't fight like girls. They come to fight, and it's very, very exciting to watch. That's the truth. No, you don't. Not at all.
We have time for another one for President David Feldman.
Hey, Price. When you want to try to come back to Philly?
We're coming back March 21st for a smaller show, a Prospect Series show at the 2300 Arena. We'll probably come back one more time here at the Wells Fargo by the end of the year, and we're also looking at a big show in Pittsburgh.
The Italian pride of South Philly, John Garbarino, on this card tonight. Kind of stole the show with his performance and the proposal. You got a card in Italy coming up in April. You think John Garbarino can get over there and do the same thing he did over here in Philly?
You know, he promised me he was going to sell 2,000 tickets in Italy, so he's in. He's listen, he gets it, right? So you want the fighters to be able to fight, and you want them to be able to promote and push themselves, and he gets it. Like, he did things that I mean, his first fight here with us, and 2 things he did went completely viral. So, and he scored a nice knockout on top of that.
All right, President David Feldman.
One more thing. As I was walking out of the arena, Conor actually tapped me on the shoulder, and he told me to make sure that I tell everybody that he's fighting Jeremy Stephens in BKFC. That's what he said. I don't know if it's happening. I'm telling you, Conor just told me that he's fighting Jeremy Stephens in bare knuckle.
Wow. Well, I think we'll end on that one. Give it up for President David Feldman. A wonderful homecoming, reinventing the sport of fighting in Philadelphia. All right, next up, we had a triple KO. What a great night here of fights. Let's bring up the first of the triple KO winners. Kane Thompson Jr., come on up. A question for Kane. Put your hand up, and I'll come right over to you.
Kane, your knockout went viral all over the internet. I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but everybody's going crazy for it. I guess, have you had a second to kind of reassess what you did out there?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, he said he was gonna put me on a stretcher. That was not gonna happen. So it was going one way or another, and I was not gonna lose no way.
Kane, so prior to the fight, did you pay any attention to the odds of your bout, and how did it affect you?
Yeah, I've been on it since last night. Told a couple of my homeboys to put the bet in because I wasn't gonna lose. Easy payday.
At weigh-ins, your opponent comes out very aggressive, shaking. That was also going viral on Twitter. Did you receive that energy tonight, or did you see like a different animal? Was it not what you were expecting?
No, I kind of figured that he was still gonna be the same from last night, but I thought he was gonna come out a lot more aggressive and not too calm.
Great performance tonight, sir. In your combat sports career, how does this venue and show rate for you? Would you say this is the highlight of your career, performing in this event tonight here in Philadelphia?
Yeah, for sure, because I had lost my last BKFC fight in Utah, so I wasn't going to win. I wasn't going to lose this one, so no matter what happened, I was going to win this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a triple KO of the night. KO of the night bonus winner, Kane Thompson Jr. Big night here in Philadelphia. Congratulations, Kane. Next up, I want to bring up another KO of the night, another spectacular one. Let's bring up Brendan Meyer. All right, as you get settled up there, just put your hand up and I'll run right over to you. Let's see, we have one over here.
Prior to your knockout, it seemed like you were having a little bit of issues kind of understanding movement, and then when you got it, you got it. At what point in the fight did it mentally kind of turn on for you?
The first round, my timing felt a little bit off. I was trying to engage my footwork and get the movement going, and he caught me with a good overhand right in the first round, but I took note, and when I felt that punch coming again, I was able to duck under and counter with that left hand, and it did the work. Yep. Yes, sir.
Hey, Beast Mode. Liam Segarian with Philly Sports Network in Metro Philadelphia. First off, fantastic suit. Can you just, what do you think's next for you?
Whatever BKFC puts in front of me. I'll never duck nobody. Whatever fighter they put in front of me, they want me to fight, we're going to do that. I'm not ducking nobody. I like coming into enemy territory and getting it done, man. That motivates me a lot.
Well, let's talk about that. You beat the odds tonight. You got a really big knockout in front of a hostile crowd. And you mentioned also that you wanted to be a great role model. I wonder, what lesson does that teach your family that's watching tonight?
Everybody that knows my past knows I've been through some things in my life, and there was a point where I completely turned my life around and started on a trajectory that has brought me to this point. And the belief in myself, belief in my knockout power, the hard work and dedication has all paid off. This is definitely the pinnacle of my fighting career.
All right, one of the spectacular knockouts of the night, Brandon Meyer. Congratulations on your bonus. Give it up for Brandon Meyer, one of the rising bare knuckle fighting championship stars. Next up, this guy had a great night. He was not only one of the knockouts of the night, but he was the co-main event winner, which means he is the new bare knuckle fighting championship world heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up Big Ben Rothwell. Belt strapped around the waist. Let's say it again. The new heavyweight champion of the world, Big Ben Rothwell.
Well, they clapped less that time. Or something like that. I'm new at this, sorry. Oh.
First, Ben, do you have any words? I mean, this is a big moment for you.
Ask your goddamn questions, will you? No, I'm 25 years in the making. Like I said, this is something. I am lost for words right now, but I couldn't have asked for a better everything. Just the way the fight week rolled out. The fact I rewind back to getting the opportunity. Just starting with the BKFC to begin with, like this whole thing, like I'm always wearing BKFC. Like I love the company, I love David Feldman, and the family and all the crew. I mean, this is incredible to be in this one. Like my first fight was in Louisiana, and like it was cool, and I got a viral knockout, but like that was in front of 2,000 people. Tonight, in 36 seconds, I got a knockout in front of 17,000 people. And I have fought, I've been fighting for 25 years. Yeah, great job. And I fought in 17 UFCs. Yep, I'm a UFC vet. I fought in some massive fights, and I wasn't kidding. Like, the crowd tonight was probably the most amazing crowd I've ever fought in front of. Like, I was very amped up coming out. Like, it isn't the same fighting in front of 1,000 people and fighting in front of 17,000 people. There's two sides to it. It can make you scared, or it makes you what I was. And like I came out to end the fight and give that crowd what that's what I said at the weigh-ins yesterday. I'm gonna give you everything you paid to see. So hope they were into it, and it was a good pop. I liked listening to the crowd. So,
Ben, first off, congratulations on your win and your championship. On Thursday at the press conference, you said that Mick Terrell was a bully. How did it feel to bully the bully?
Yeah, I could feel it in my heart that I was going to do what I was set out to do. I really hadn't, Sirius had said every time he interviewed Mick, he's like, oh, there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of talk. I didn't say anything to the guy. I never said anything about him. I never called him any names. And for the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, every day on my social media, it's him calling me fat, him calling me names, him calling me stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, back to grade school. And I had a thing with, I was the bigger kid in my class, and the upperclassmen liked to pick on me. And it's probably why I became a fighter, because I was so sick and irritated at people treating me like that I did fight back. When I got to high school, and kind of I started fighting when I was 17. I fought grown men. I knocked out grown men when I was 17 years old. So I kind of when I came back to high school, I'm like, really? You guys want to mess with me? And no, everybody shut up and left me alone. I dove into the career. But that was always with me, that chip on the shoulder, the people that act that way. And I always loved, came from Stan Lee. Comic books sometimes had some real life stuff. It said with great power comes great responsibility. And I am known as Big Ben. I'm a big guy. I do carry a lot of power, but I have that's responsibility. I need to help people, not use that against them. So when someone acts that way, I really take it personal. And that's what I felt like he was doing. I was like, I know he's a nice guy, but I got this feeling behind closed doors, he picks on people or makes fun of people and does stuff like that. That's not cool. So as just being decent human beings, I had to knock him the fuck out.
Ben, you drew it. You predicted it. How does it feel to make your art come to life?
I mean, it did, didn't it? The eyes were X'd out and everything. It was something. It took me a second. I landed it, and I looked, and I'm like, this is done. And you can't ask for a better finish, especially in bare knuckle, to literally just have a walk-off knockout. So it's pretty cool. Thank you so much.
Congrats, Ben. So are you looking to be an active champion with a lot of defenses? Is there anyone you want to welcome to the division? What are your thoughts on the future?
Yeah, Francis Ngannou maybe. We need to get some big names in this, because I don't know who's on the roster, especially after tonight, that's really jumping at to fight me. I mean, they'll say it, but the couple of guys that'll say it, but when it really comes down to it and I'm standing in front of you, the things change. There's a couple heavyweights, I'm not even going to say their name, but they were picking Mick. They said Mick was so much more technical and blah, blah, blah. Well, there you go. You're wrong. And probably one of my best attributes is my precision. I don't want to hurt my hands. I want to hurt your face. And I've gotten really, really good at that. If I throw 100 punches, I'm about to land all 100. I don't really throw weak punches or anything like that. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Back to fighting whoever. Yeah, all comers. Of course. That's the thing about me is Mick worried since we started talking, he worried about my weight. That blows my mind as a heavyweight. I don't care. Put me in here with a 350-pound guy. I'm going to fight him. I don't care how big you are or small you are, whatever. That's me. As a heavyweight, I will fight anyone. That's my responsibility. So bring them on. And as far as how active I can be, well, that's, of course, up to the BKFC. I can fight tomorrow. So.
Dave Melanger, Sports Talk Philadelphia. So, how does it feel to win the heavyweight championship here in Philly?
It's fucking awesome. You see how fucking happy I am? I'm not happy about much. I'm not. People say I'm stoic or whatever, and I'm in Wisconsin, and it's 20 degrees colder than it is here. It's a hard place, and I live in Kenosha, which is even worse. There's just nothing there. And it's a hard place, and it's a blue-collar town. People are just bust their ass. They work, and there's not much to do. And, it's not much to be happy about. But I'm fucking happy right now.
Hi, my name is Justin Cohen, and I have a company called Sober Up Productions out of Montana. And I battled with obesity, which, could contribute to some mental health issues amongst the substance abuse issues and stuff like that. What did you do to lose the weight outside of what you did in the gym? And I'm coming to a specific point. Did you go with the organic food route? Did you go supplements? What was your game?
I don't know what you mean because they still say I'm a fat ass. I guess it's like, like
I guess the reason why I ask is I lost 150 pounds.
Well, congratulations. That is not an easy thing to do.
And I'd like to feed you.
Oh, so you're just trying to get a plug in here. You know,
We're not going to do that. Let's. What do you got, man?
So let me just get back to real quick. I'm just going to tell you guys a secret here. I fought in the UFC at 265, and for the most part, I try to keep my weight around 275. Right? I haven't been anywhere near that in 3 years. I'm on an average. I'm a 300-pound man. That's just the way it is. But I was 306 at the beginning of the week, so I made a 31-pound cut for this fight. And that, when I made it, and Mick was telling everybody, he's like, he ain't gonna make the weight. He ain't gonna make it. And he didn't understand how bad I wanted this. So when I made that weight, I knew I was going to win this. I knew I'd already won the fight there. I knew he was a mental midget, and I was in here to win this. And I rehydrated. Quick shout-out. George Lockhart is the MVP of my week. He is a nutritionist who deals with weight cutting. I didn't get to say it in the ring, but he also is incredible. And, very, very huge shout-out to him as well. But I got it done.
Crazy Kevin here. I just wanted to ask, you mentioned you're a UFC veteran, and obviously now you're the champion of BKFC. What's kind of changed in your fighting career to kind of elevate you and make you the champion now in BKFC?
It's like, did I find the sport or the sport found me? I mean, David Feldman created this, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to tell you, when it first started, I was like, what is this stuff? Bare knuckle, and it sounded so brutal, which was cool. I liked it, but like I didn't know if audiences were going to like, I'm a savage is what people know me as. Like, is other people going to be into this? Well, there were 17,000 savages out there tonight that loved it. So he really did crack into something awesome. And my management went to him right away and says, Ben's made for this. They're like, you got to sign him. You got to did it. So he's like, I'll give him a shot. He goes, if the fans like him, I'll keep him fighting. Well, obviously I must have did something right because they gave me a title shot.
Congratulations, champ. Fantastic fight tonight. Beautiful knockout. So we know that mindset is a huge part of this sport. Were you manifesting a first-round knockout, or were you expecting it to go a little bit longer?
I prepared for 6 rounds. So there's a 5-round, if they consider it a draw and both fighters say they can keep fighting, there'll be a 6th round. So we prepared that when they come over on the 5th round, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm fine. I don't care how bloody beat up I was. You don't know. You want it to go this way, but you just don't know. Maybe the guy don't go down. Maybe he gets some shots through. I get bloodied up. I slow down. Who knows? You pray that you train in a way to make it go right, but you got to prepare for the worst. I prepared for the worst. I got the best, right? So that's maybe why I got the 36-second knockout.
Ben, President David Feldman said that you'd make a great fit for the $25 million tournament. Are you open to that?
Yeah! Thank you for asking. Yes, I'm in. Good luck finding the opponents. But I'm in because if this is bare knuckle, I'm going to win it. You're going to change my life because I will win it. I don't care who you put in there. Get the biggest, best names. Bare knuckle is different than anything I've done in my life. I've done kickboxing, boxing, MMA. I've done it all. This is not like anything. You just don't do this. You just don't learn it. So let's put me in it because I'm the best. I am the best at this.
So Ben, in your mixed martial arts career, it was like you got to a certain point, and then like you just kind of peaked. Was there a mental component that you had to get yourself through in order to get to this moment?
I kind of lost you there a second. You said in my MMA career.
In your MMA career, you were never the world champion. You
right,
were
yeah,
always
that was a
very,
fucking huge,
very, very
huge
close.
kick in my nuts because everyone around me believed I was going to get the UFC belt. I was ranked. I was one of the top contenders for a period of time. I was on a 4-fight win streak. I took a really stupid fight. I went overseas. I dropped a 5-round decision to Junior, and then my life pretty much went to shit after that. I had a series of horrible things that took place, and that put me in, you want to talk about depression and everything bad? Yeah, I had to fight out of a hole. Like, the only reason I got here is because I do have some mental fortitude, and I'm glad I got to showcase it because all those things, all the bad things in my life made me who I am, though. And I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything because it made me who I am. I went through bad, and now I'm living on the top, the highest of highs to get to this moment. So,
all right, we got one more back here for new heavyweight champion Ben Rothwell. Back here, Ben.
Hey, Ben, actively online, there's somebody that's interested in fighting you. You have fought him in the past in your MMA career. Mark Hunt wants to fight you for that title in Italy in September?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to say no. Say, let's fucking go, motherfucker. Knuckle up.
That's how a bare knuckle heavyweight champion should be. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your new heavyweight champion of the world, Big Ben Rothwell. And knockout of the night.
Thank you so much for part of this.
All right, and last but certainly not least, the main event. Let's bring up the winner of the main event. I think he's in here. Let's bring up Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens. Is Little Heathen in here? I thought I saw him. All right, if Jeremy's not in here, let's bring up Beck Rawlings. Come on up, Beck. Victorious tonight over Taylor Starling, another great fight out of Bec Rawlings. We have the first question over here.
Christopher De Santiago with Sports Illustrated's MMA Knockout. You put on a vintage performance tonight. I mean, you dominated her from bell to bell. How tough was Taylor Starling? Because, I mean, you gave it your all. You gave it your best shots in there.
Yeah, look, I hit her with some really good shots, and I thought I had her, and then she just kept rallying back. So, yeah, I was a little disappointed I didn't get the finish. I was really looking for it. I really wanted to put a stamp on that win. But she was really tough. She was really, really tough. Thank you.
Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, mate.
It's Australia Day in Australia right now, and everybody's going crazy back there. You know, I was sitting next to Christine Ferreira through the fight, and she had nothing but great things to say about you. She said that you were the hardest hitter that she's ever had, the best fight she's ever had, and that your counter-punching was going to be spectacular tonight. How does it make you feel when you hear someone like Christine Ferreira giving you such praise?
Yeah, look, we've earned each other's respect in those first two fights, and she, I spoke with her before the fight, and she said the same thing. She's like, I underestimated your footwork and your timing and your counters, and she will too, and she was absolutely right. I think she walked into a lot of my crispy counters, and she paid the ultimate price for it. So yeah, no, it feels really good to have the champ, you know, someone that I've gone to war with twice, kind of sing my praises, and it just shows the respect that us ladies have for each other in bare knuckle. And I think everyone, a majority of people in bare knuckle, we have that mutual respect, because it's hard to do what we do. Not everyone can get in there and get that gut check and put it on a show like that. So yeah, we have really a lot of respect for each other. Thank you.
Hey, it's Crazy Kevin here. I just wanted to ask, you know, obviously you're coming off a big win. You're in Philadelphia. I mean, what's the after party going to be like? How are you going to celebrate? And when can we maybe see you back in the, when can we maybe see you back in there?
I'd really like to be on the Dubai card. I think that'll be heaps of fun. Look, I want to fight as often as possible. I really didn't like being sidelined for a year. It's not good to, you know, lose momentum in fighting. It's not good for my pockets. You know, I was struggling over that past year trying to build a house, trying to raise my family. I've got 2 young boys at home. So I would really like to stay active and keep backing up these performances. Been saying that obviously the year off gave me a lot of time to work and hone in my craft. And I think I really went out there and showed how to fight bare knuckle with finesse. But yeah, look, I don't know if there's going to be much after party. It's a bit late and I have to fly home to Australia tomorrow. So I think I'll save it to when I get home, and we'll have a second Australia Day once I'm back.
All right, we have one more for Becca right over here.
So, Beck, you actually fought on the first event ever for BKFC, and now you're here tonight. What's kind of the difference that you've experienced between those two events?
Yeah, I think it was in a skating rink, or it was in some like hall, and it was honestly amazing. That was probably one of my favorite fights, because I didn't know what I was walking into. I didn't know like what company I was walking into, if I was even going to get paid at the end of it. I had no idea, but I said, fuck it, let's do it. I had nothing to lose, and I double-legged David Feldman in the after party. I was so excited because he said I fight like a girl. But anyway, to see how big bare knuckle has grown, and to know that I have had a part in that. I was, you know, the first big kind of fighter that was willing to take a risk on the company. Christine Ferreira said, make sure you tell people that you were the OG, and she wasn't even going to give the company, like, you know, bare knuckle a shot until she saw I was signed. She's like, oh, well, if she's doing it, it must be fucking legit. And that made me feel really good. And I think I'd like a little bit of respect. I'm a fucking OG of this shit. I'd like some respect. Thank you.
Let's give it up. Keep it going for the OG, Bec Rawlings. Thank you so much for joining us, making the time. Thank you for the fight.
Thanks, guys.
And now I see him in my sights. He's in the room. Again, last but certainly not least, he is the winner of the main event tonight, victorious over Eddie Alvarez in Eddie Alvarez's hometown. Let's bring up Jeremy Lil Heathen Stevens. Thanks for being here, Jeremy.
Jeremy, congrats on the big win. Conor McGregor's still under contract with the UFC, but would you be open to a super fight with Mike Perry for the King of Violence title?
Yeah, write the check, baby. Let's go. I saw Eddie Alvarez wobble him up. You know, I feel like he's got the power. Very scary, very dangerous, but I'm a dangerous dude. I came into someone's hometown, made it happen, sold the crowd out. I'm that fucking dude. So, yeah, bring the check, bro, because I mean, I took a pay cut to get here and then went out there, did my thing tonight. You know, I've seen Perry's boxing. He's a very scary dude power-wise. And like I told Eddie, you know, like, I got power too, and I'm going to hit you a lot more often, and I ain't fucking dumb. I ain't just going to just straight up. Like, I got head movement. I got skills to pay the bills, and, yeah, write the check. We'll see what happens. And, hey, he was doubting me too, man, so silence him the fuck up.
And with that Conor fight, Dave Feldman comes back here, says Conor comes up to him, says, I want that Jeremy Stevens fight next. So what are your thoughts there? You fighting the Irishman?
Oh, Cocaine Conor. He's got a long path, bro. It's all good promotion. Love it. Love to come in there right in front of his face, have him doubt me. I felt like Feldman and him were up against me. Like, everybody was up against me, bro. I came to another city. I mean, to feel this type of resolve, like Adesanya said, bro, like, everybody doubted me. Everybody had me out. Like, up in someone else's city, took out another king. He said I wasn't a champion, but it ain't fucking hardware that makes you a champion. It's heart. It's grit, it's resilience, it's persistence, it's fucking willing to take a pay cut to make a delusion a reality. And I think, like, you know, I bring my pain to purpose. You guys don't know what the fuck I've had to deal with to get here. And you'll never know. But it feels fucking good, dude. It feels good to be in this moment.
Dave Melanger, Sports Talk Philadelphia. Even though the Philadelphia fans were against you this whole week, do you have a whole new respect for the city of Philadelphia, especially fighting in here for the first time?
Absolutely. My dad is 38 years in the company. I'm 38 years old, and that's at Lofredo Fresh Produce in Des Moines, Iowa. He's a blue-collar worker. And I dedicated this fight to him. You know, my dad's worked his ass off. You know, he let me do sports. You know, I didn't have to get a job. He always let me do sports. You know, he's just, you know, one thing I know about my dad and I love about him is he delivers produce. And one time they gave him a pay raise and they put him in a suit and tie and put him in the office. And people out in his route was like, hey, if we don't get Jerry back, we don't want to do business with you. And my dad hated it. You know, he got the pay raise. He hated it. And he has to go back so that he could deliver produce. I mean, my dad is an older guy, man, and he still looks good, and he's out there doing it. And he told me, he goes, I love it. I love being out there. I love the people. So I took that, what my dad gave me, and I'm doing something I love today. Since I was 16, I've been fighting. I put clothes and cleats on my kids' back. My grandfather, dude, who's in heaven with my grandma now, smiling down. And, you know, he invited me to a bar at 16 years old. You know, I don't know a nephew, a cousin that I would be like, hey, do you want to come fight a grown man at 16? I mean, my grandpa believed in me. See, I mean, I grew up because my mom had a drug problem. And, you know, I grew up in their household. He's seen me fight on the street. He's seen me literally struggle. I got a friend here, Corey Simpson, who I've been friends with since second grade. I beat somebody up in second grade who was a fifth grader when we were kids, bro. I've been fighting for a long fucking time. It's really what I love to do, just like my dad, man. I'm here for purpose, passion, and I'm bringing this fucking pain to this darkness and bringing it into light. It's time to get paid. It's time to get paid.
You came into this weekend as a major villain. Do you hope to bring bare knuckle fighting to your hometown so you can prove to your hometown that you're the greatest?
It's a lot of pressure, probably fighting under your hometown, but Des Moines needs it. You know, I've been screaming it for years to Dana White, but, you know, after I got arrested in 2012, he's like, I won't even fly over that fucking state, you know, because they just gave him so much shit. But, you know, 5-on-5 is, if you throw a dart in the middle of the U.S., it lands on the bullseye. That's Des Moines, Iowa. It's the heart that pumps this nation. Blue-collar workers, just like Philadelphia. I have a lot of respect for Philadelphia, but, I mean, if this time of year, this moment, when it's cold, like all the beer drinking goons, like they want to see it. We sold the crowd out tonight, so I'm pretty sure that, you know, Iowa's got my back. We would love to come to Iowa. And you don't know about these Midwest monsters over there, man. They can fight. Like I said, man, I was 16, and I've been fighting. So Des Moines needs this. Let's go.
Congratulations on your win tonight, sir. Very hostile crowd that you were coming into the arena. Positive or negative, how does that affect your performance when you're pretty much up against 18,000 people?
You know, I've been doubted and counted out my whole life. Went to a lot of different elementary schools. I had to wrestle off. I had to play baseball. You know, kids were cheering for the other guy because I was a new kid. You know, I earned my way in sports. You know, like I was born, bred, and built for this moment. I knew coming in here, booing, all that, like that had no effect on me. I actually relish in it. And if you actually look back at all the press conference, I never stepped outside the box. I never stepped outside of character. I'm authentically being me, raw dog style, the true heathen. And I was able to just bring my authenticity and bring it to light. So it feels great, you know, and to pull the strings like that. And you know what? I'm going to call someone out. You know, those lines in Philadelphia, they were by your boy, Mr. Feldman. You know, he was telling me, like, hey, man, you got to just get up in these crowd, dude. Just tell him all this stuff. So, you know, I had no emotional attachment, you know, to it. So there I go, just pulling some strings and getting everybody's reaction. It felt good, you know, to look back and see like a Conor McGregor style, you know, just being a villain, being an absolute terror. Everybody's like, man, I want to kill that fucking guy. And he's over there like, ah, 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 ah. And he's making money. And, you know, I watched the Vince McMahon stuff, like life experience. Like this whole moment was absolutely beautiful. And I fucking played it just perfect. It was awesome.
Liam Segarian here from Philly Sports Network in Metro Philadelphia. Jeremy, first off, congratulations. Can you just explain what it feels like to suck the air out of a completely hostile crowd?
You know, I wasn't fighting the crowd. I sucked the life and fucking just broke a man, the underground king, their stallion, their king, right? I took him out. I wasn't fighting the crowd. I was literally just, I was proving something to myself. Like I said, bro, the 16, the out of the UFC, to leaving there, to the PFL, to the losses. Like I said, man, no one's lost more than me, but no one's put themselves back more than me. I'm showing up fast. I'm showing up hard hitting and still making moves. Like I fell in love with this boxing. My coach Adrian, my team, my people. I really fell in love with this boxing process. I've been in this different mix, and it's kind of been like a resurgence in my career, falling in love, because boxing's a different game. A lot of MMA guys and some people close to me, they don't really put a lot of respect on boxing. I'm sparring professional boxers, so tonight I felt like I was in there with a AAA guy. I told you, he's old, he's slow, he's stiff. You know he was doubting me. You thinking I'm going to come into like some crowd like you're going to scare me, bro? You don't know what the fuck I've been through. And I wasn't fighting the crowd. I was fighting just myself. Like it was me versus me. And I came in fucking mentally monster style, and I proved it to myself. And it just, this moment, I'm telling you, bro, no one deserves it more than me.
Jeremy, Doug from Enterprise Sports here. Congratulations, first off, on the win. I think everybody kind of wants to know, who's your dream opponent?
Butt Cheeks McGregor. That's the one. That's the money fight, bro. I mean, but I've been telling you guys, bro, like think about calf kicks when there was MMA. No one gives me respect for the calf kicks. I took a motherfucker out with calf kicks. Like, put some respect on my name, bro. You know, and then he got knocked out by Poirier. I got power. I got calf kicks. But when it comes to bare knuckle, bro, no one's beating me. A lot of people say that, but no one's beat me in this fucking game, bro. And I would love a shot to prove it. I'll go to Ireland. I love those crowds, man. And you know what? They respect me over there. I've been over there. They show me mad love. Motherfuckers be buying my grandma and us food, drinks. Like, hey, man, you're a fucking legend. You a legend. You know, so, I mean, bro, the Irish fans are probably the greatest fans in the world. So there would be nothing more than I would love to go over there and wreck somebody again, dude. I'll make him quit.
Crazy Kevin here. I just saw Joe Pyfer. He had some comments towards you. I'm curious what you kind of thought about those comments and what kind of the beef was all about between you two.
Well, I think he got his feelings hurt about what I said. You know, if you ever read the 4 agreements, don't take it personal. And Joe Pyfer couldn't carry my jock strap. 34-time vet, 36-time weigh-in vet. Look at my highlight tape. Let's see where he's after 10 fights, you know, in the UFC. Let's see where this guy can really make it. You know, you can talk all the shit and say what you want, but I shut his boy down, shut his team down. Look at my fucking highlight. 34-time vet, 36-time weigh-in vet in the UFC. No one does it better, bro. And I'm the one who left UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could still be doing it. And I see some of those guys that are my age, still fighting, you know, like I used to kind of get mad, like when I was like sitting back, like, man, I could still fucking be there. I could beat these guys. But I made my own path. That motherfucker can't carry my jock strap. That's real shit. Let's see where he's at in a couple years. Like, for real. I want to challenge him and be like, hey, where you at after even 15 fights, bro? Let's see if you can fucking make it like a big dog. That's me.
Hey, congratulations. Beating Eddie in the fashion you did and having Conor call you out, do you feel like you will finally get the respect you deserve? And is the hate for Philadelphia real?
Man, I did it for me, bro. I don't need no one's respect. Like I said, bro, I've been in the darkness. You know, I got 70 messages, text messages. You know, I've been knocked out before. No one fucking called me. Not my mom, not my dad, nobody. I've been in the darkness, so I had something to prove to myself. No offense, but fuck everybody. They all went against me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Eminem. I'm a piece of white trash. I say it proudly. You know, like, fuck everybody, bro. Like, that's the attitude. That was the attitude. But I love fighting here in Philadelphia, man. Like, everybody's been cool. Like, the staff, like, everybody behind the scenes. Like, some people did have my back. You know, I got some money on you rooting for me. And that's tight. I made my man some money back there. I know that. So I need a pizza.
All right. We got one more back here for Jeremy Stevens.
Hey, Jeremy, tonight you and Ben Rothwell were both longtime UFC fighters. You got to see Ben become a world champion tonight. You look great at 165 today. The Conor fight obviously is the one you want, but realistically, would you like to become a world champion in the 55 or the 65-pound division in this company?
I'm not worried about a belt. Those guys, they don't have a name. They couldn't carry my jock strap like Piper, bro. They no name. Like, I would be the name. I'm a prize fighter. Like, you know, I've taken pay cuts. I want the biggest fucking bag. No one knows my struggle, what I've had to do to get here. I don't want to fight fucking nobodies. And to me, those champions are nobodies. Champion is, like, a lot of people think it's just hardware. I wore this shirt because he said I wasn't a champion. Champion's right here, bro. And I just fucking proved it. I'm the best in the world when it comes to this game. And I'm only getting better. I'm telling you, bro, look at my highlight tape from back when I was a young kid. You know, stiff. I couldn't even throw a fucking head kick. I remember one time my father-in-law was like, why don't you throw head kicks? So I was like, oh, I'll slip. But really, I was like, man, my hip flexors. You know, like, I really, like, grown into a person. Like Charles Darwin said, it's not the strongest or the smartest. It's the person willing to adapt to change. Over these years, no one's fucking done it like me. I'm looking fast. I'm looking smooth. I got footwork. I got feints, bro. And I got a lot of skill. It's like an onion. I got a lot of skill that you got to get past to even get to my will. And if you get to my will, I will fucking break you. And like, I've broken 3 men in this bare knuckle game, bro. There's no one better.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jeremy Lohidan Stevens. Came into Philadelphia and silenced them. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the press conference. Thank you for being tuned in. Of course, a great night from Philadelphia. And you know what? We have another great night coming up just 1 week from tonight in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun. We will see you there. More info on bkfc.com. Good night. Thank you for joining us.